No viral business, no lucky crypto bet, no inheritance. There is a path to $1 million so boring that almost nobody makes a video about it. And it works for ordinary people on ordinary salaries. No secret, no timing the market, no side hustle that eats your weekends. Just a simple system, repeated. Let me show you the math, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Here is why this matters right now. Every year you spend waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect amount, or the perfect investment is a year you can never get back. And in this system, time is the single most valuable ingredient you have. The good news is that the boring path doesn't ask you to be brilliant, lucky, or rich to start. It asks for something far more ordinary and far more in your control. The whole formula is 3 ingredients. Invest a fixed amount every month into a low-cost, broadly diversified index fund, and don't stop. That's it. You're not trying to pick the next winning company. You're buying a tiny slice of the whole market and letting it grow. The boredom is the feature, not the bug, because consistency is exactly what compounding rewards. The flashy strategies make great stories. The boring one makes millionaires. Now here is the part that surprises people. Investing around $500 to $600 a month at historical market returns of roughly 7% a year after inflation grows to about $1 million in around 30 years. And here's the detail that matters most. The large majority of that final number isn't the money you put in, it's growth. Your contributions might add up to a couple $100,000 over those years, and compounding quietly does the rest. Start younger or invest a little more each month, and that timeline shrinks dramatically. These figures are illustrative, not a promise, but the shape of the curve is real. So if the math is this simple, why doesn't everyone end up a millionaire? Because the early years feel pointless. For a long stretch, the balance creeps up slowly. The gains look tiny next to the effort and the temptation to quit, or to chase something flashier that promises to get rich faster, is enormous. This is the part nobody posts about. The millionaires aren't smarter or luckier. They're simply the ones who stayed in the boring part long enough to reach the exciting part, where the curve finally bends upward and the growth starts to dwarf the deposits. So how do you actually stay on the path? You remove willpower from the equation entirely. Automate the monthly investment so it happens on payday before you can talk yourself out of it. No decision required. Turn on automatic dividend reinvestment so every payout buys more. Then ignore the headlines, resist the urge to tinker, and let time do the heavy lifting. Boring, automatic, and patient beats clever and emotional almost every single time. The system works precisely because it doesn't depend on how you feel that month. $1 million doesn't require a genius idea or a winning bet. It requires an ordinary amount of money, an ordinary investment, and an extraordinary amount of patience. The boring path isn't exciting, and that's exactly why it's open to almost anyone willing to walk it. The only question is whether you start the curve today or wish you had a decade from now. If this was helpful, subscribe. Every video we break down how money actually works, no hype and no jargon. And grab the free net worth tracker linked below to see where you stand and start your own curve. Just remember, this channel is for education only and is not financial advice. Investing involves risk, and these numbers are illustrative, not guaranteed. See you in the next one.